fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes.
4 days will quickly steep themselves to night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. Then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnity.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. I will wed thee in another fleet, with pomp, with triumph, and with reverence.
Happy be Theseus, our owner new duke.
Good. Thanks, good Aegeus. What is the news with thee?
Full of vexation I come, I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia, stand forth Demetrius, my noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth my Xander, and my gracious duke, this man hath in charge love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her windows sung with cunning. Hast thou flinched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax. To him imprinted and within his power, to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Xander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the one must be held the one ear.
I would my father look but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth. Examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting fate hymns to a cold fruitlessness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, upon that day there either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, or on Diana's altar protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, my Xander, yield thy praised title to my certain right. You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him. I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way is fairly ranked, and which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Demetrius, I'll vouch it to his head, wooed to Nedar's daughter, Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry on this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, but Demetrius come, and come Aegeus. You shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself, to fit your fancies, to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love?
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chanced the roses there do fade so fast?
See, like for the want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love did never run smooth.
Then true lovers have ever been crossed. It stands as an edict of destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There may I marry thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by all the vows that ever men have broke, number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly I will meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena. Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Come ye, fair, that fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Sickness is catching, oh were favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns could teach my smiles such skill.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face.
Lysander and myself will flee this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens a paradise to me. Oh then, what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, at a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gate we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens turn away our eyes, to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee, thy Demetrius.
Helen, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But of what? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's ain, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But here in mean, I too enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You're to best call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day, at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so go to the point.
Merry our play is, most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I have and full.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is a Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it, if I do it. Let the audience look to their eyes, and I will move storms, the raging rooks, and shivering shocks, and shall break the looks of prison gates, and amphibious cars shall shine from afar, and make mar the foolish fears. It was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
You must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe, a wandering knight?
It is the lady Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I've a beard coming.
That is all one. You shall play in a mask and speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in the monstrous little voice. Thins. Oh, Pyramus dear, love dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor?
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisby's mother. Tom Snout the tinker?
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisby's father. Snug the joiner, you, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lines put written? If it be, give it me, for I must study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear. I will roar that the Duke say, let him now roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies. And that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
I grant you, friends, if that you should fright the ladies out of their wits, that they would no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gentle as any sucking dove. I will roar you twere a nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must need play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
Masters, here are your parts. Learn them by tomorrow night. And meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. And there we will rehearse. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet again. We may rehearse most obscenity and courageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold your cut bowstrings.
Spirit, whither on with you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fairy queen, to do her orbs upon the green. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lava spirits, all be gone. The queen and our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed, the queen, come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because she and her attendant hath a lovely boy, so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train to trace the forests wild, but she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. But now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square, so all their elves for fear, and creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he, that frights the maids of the village? Some hobgoblins call you Puck. You do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not
Thou
you he?
speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile. When I, fat, bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes I lurk in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks against her lips I bob. Sometimes for a 3-foot stool she mistaketh me, and then slip I from her bum, and down topples she. And then the whole choir would hold their hips and laugh. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here, I mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania. What's jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I've forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn, and versing love to amorous Hippolyta. Why art thou here? Come to see the bouncing Amazon, your buskinged mistress, and your warrior love. To Theseus shall be wed, and you come to bring them prosperity.
How canst thou for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never, since the midsummer spring, met we on hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margin of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you? Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy kingdom buys not the child of me. His mother was votaress of my order, and by night hath often she gossiped by my side, marking the embarked traders on the flood. We have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied in the wanton wind. Her womb, rich with my young squire, would then imitate upon the land, and fetch me trifles, and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intended?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in your round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away! We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
We'll go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove until I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest when I saw, but thou could not, flying between the moon and the earth, and Cupid all armed?
I remember.
A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft as it should pierce 1,000 hearts, but missed. Ye marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me this flower, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid, will make man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb,
Left thee
I'll
not,
make her
therefore
render up
pursue
her
me not.
cage to me. But who comes here? I'm invisible, and I will hear their conference.
Where is Lysander and Hermia? The one I'll slay, and the other slayeth me. Thou toldest me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron from my heart. It's true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you, do I speak you fair, or rather, do I not in the plainest? Tell you I do not, nor cannot love you.
And even for that do I love you the more.
I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, use me but as your spaniel. Neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look upon thee.
And I am sick when I look not unto you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself to one that loves you not. And I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and I'll leave thee to the mercy of the wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will. The story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger, bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not slay thy questions, let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, in the field. You do me mischief, fie, Demetrius. Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make heaven of hell, and to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere you leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye. There it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. While she sleeps with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Thou take some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth, anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come, now a fairy song. Sing me now asleep. Then to your offices and let me rest.
You double snakes with spotted tongues, you thorny hedgehogs, be not seen. Roots and blind ones, you know why. Come not near our fairy now with melody. Sing our sweet lullaby. Hence away, now all is well, one aloof and sentinel.
Do it for thy true love take. Love and language for its sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, herd or boar with bristled hair. In thine eye it do appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak troth, I have forgot our way. Will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out of bed. For I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as a pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear. Lie further off yet, do not lie so near.
Amen, amen, and fair prayer say I. Then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep gives thee all his rest.
Act that wish the wisher's eyes repeats.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night in silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said. Despised the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden's sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Greedy soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy.
Churl upon thy eyes I throw, all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid. Sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I have gone, for I must go to Oberon.
Stay though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy pearl, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath on this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser my grace. But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no wound, no blood. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
Run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, when through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born, when at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye? But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, but fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refuse, should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. The secret of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings. Forth with all my powers, address her love and might, to honor Helena and be her knight.
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity, what a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander, Lord, what, out of hearing? Gone? No sound? No word? Alack! Where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves, I soon almost with fear. No, then I will perceive you all not nigh, either death or I'll find you immediately.
where we all met?
Pat, pat, what a marvelous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green place will be our stage, Hawthorne break our turn house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the do.
Peter Quince.
What say thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
A powerless fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. We shall write me a prologue, and let that prologue seem to say we'll do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it will be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in God, shield us. A lion among the ladies is the most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living. We ought to be looking to it.
Therefore, another prologue shall tell he is not a lion.
Well, it shall be so. But there's 2 hard things. That is to bring moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why? Then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open the moon and may shine out the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or represent moonshine. And then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, the story says, talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What do you say, Bottom?
Some man or other must present a wall. Let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify the wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you start. When you have spoken your speech, enter through the break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play? What? Toward. I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, by the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors.
Odors, savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe, but hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and I have to be thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus that ever played here. Must I speak my poet now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand, he went to go see a noise that he heard, and will come again.
Radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, as red as the reddest rose in a triumphant brielle, as true as the truest horse that yet will never tire, I meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninus' tomb.
Ninus' tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your lines at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tired.
Oh, as true as the truest horse that yet will never tire.
If I were fair as Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted! Parade masters! Fly masters!
lead you about around. Through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound. A hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire. And neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
O bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass of your own, do you?
Bless thou bottom, bless thou. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to frighten me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing. That they shall hear, I am not afraid. The ozzle cock so black of hue, with orange twainy bill. The throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
Man doth mark and dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit so foolish a bird? Who would never a bird the lie thou he cried cuckoo never say?
Pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is as much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtue's force, perforce, on first view doth move me to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can leak upon the occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so, neither. But if I had enough wit to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own throne.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch you jewels from the deep, and sing to thee while on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready. And I. And I. And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. Steal the honey bags from the humblebees, and for night tappers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. And pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise, nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal! Hail! Hail! Hail!
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech you, your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peace blossom.
I pray you, command me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peacod, your father. Good Master Peaselbottom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir?
Mustard seed.
Good master, Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly, giant-like ox beef hath devoured many gentlemen of your house. I promise you, your kindred had my many eyes water ere now. I desire your more acquaintance, good master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him and lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue and bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awake, and if she is, what next came in her eye, that she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule doth about this grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanical, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him in this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, or they him spy, and as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, I led them on this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. And when in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise, but hast thou laid the love juice on the Athenian's eyes?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side.
That when she waked, of course, she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, I rebuke you, him that loves you so. Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now but I chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, kill me too. Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me, and see me no more, whether he be dead or now?
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for depth in bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which in now some slight measure it will pay. If for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's side. Throughout the woods, swifter than the wind, and Helen of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with cries of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than an arrow from a Tartar's bow!
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye, when his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her her remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make may cause Demetrius to wake.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born. In their nativity, all truth appears. How do these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy cry. These vows are Hermia's, and will you give her over? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in 2 scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none. In my mind, you will give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
O Helena, goddess nymph perfect divine, to what my vows shall I compare thy 9 pistols muddy?
O spite, O hell, I see your old bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do this much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join souls to mock me so? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. To vow, to swear, and to praise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you to my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none it. If ever I loved her all that love is gone, my heart to her but as guest I sojourned, and now to Helena's home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy pearl thou add yet fear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy bier.
Why unkindly didst thou leave me so? Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from thy side?
Lysander's love, though would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all you fiery o's in the eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee known? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now perceive they have conjured all 3 to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we 2 have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, oh, is it all forgot? All school days friendship, childhood innocence? Will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not, yet it seems you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious celestial?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other. If you have any pity, grace or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well, 'tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she can entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false. To prove him false, that he says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quit, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this? Sweet love,
Thy love, out tawny tartar, out loathed medicine, hated potion, hence!
do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would hide your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me! Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, since night you left me. Why, then you left me. Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
Aye, by my life, and never did I desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer. 'Tis no jest, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, if faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear patient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet, why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare. Between our statures she hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. Are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me, let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she's something lower than me, than myself, that I may match her.
Lower? Hark, again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did you ever keep your counsels? Never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you. For love I followed him. To Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who's that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena. No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again, nothing but low and little. Let us suffer her to flout me thus. Let me come
Get
to
you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering knotgrass maid, you bead, you acorn.
Let her alone, speak not of Helena, take not her part.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
I'll follow, nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
you, mistress. Nay, go not back.
I will no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed, and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence, thou still mistakest, or else committest thy knaveries wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on?
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. When they tire and do sleep, crush this herb unto Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, all to my queen, and beg her changeling boy. Then I will her charmed eyes release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night-swift dragons cut the clouds full fast.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared and field in town. Goblin, lead them up and down.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready, where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak, in some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookest for wars?
Art thou there?
Come hither, I am here.
Follow my voice, will try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still bears me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. This villain is much lighter field than I followed fast, but faster did he fly. That fallen am I in dark uneven way. Here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day. And if for but once thou show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot, thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me, thou shalt buy this dearest, if I ever thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way, faintness is constraineth me. To measure out my length on this cold bed, by day's approach, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hour, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye. Steal me a while for mine own company.
Yet but 3? Come one more. 2 of both kinds make up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is such a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. I can no further crawl, can no further go. Here I will rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander, if in me stay.
On the ground, sleep sound, all apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy. When thou awakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye.
In the country proverb known,
That every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come thee, sit upon this flowery bed, while thy amiable cheeks do cloy, and I stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy. Where's Peaslebottom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peaslebottom. Where's Monsieur Rose?
Ready.
Monsieur Rose, good Monsieur, get your weapons in hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on a top of a thistle. Good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed? Give me your niece, Monsieur Mustard Seed.
What is your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help Calvary cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, good Monsieur. Methinks I am a marvelous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass. If I do but tickle me, I must scratch.
Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and bones.
Or say, my sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Methinks I have a great desire to a good bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, half no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy, not adventurous, who shall seek the squirrel's hoard and bring thee new nuts.
I had rather have a handful or 2 of dried peas. But, I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an
misfortune of sleep to come upon me. Sleep thou, and I shall wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and always away. Oh, how I love thee! Oh, how I dote on thee!
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that, he awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see, Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions I have seen! Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How have these things come to pass? Oh, mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Sound music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now you and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow, midnight solemnly, dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it all the fair prosperity. There shall all the pairs of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus all in jollity.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I was sleeping. Here was found,
With these mortals on the ground.
But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter, her asleep. And this Lysander, and this Demetrius is this Helena. Oh, Helena, I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here and grace our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give the answer of her choice? Go bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine's is past. Begin these would-be wood birds, but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you are two rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world? The hatred is far from jealousy. To sleep by hate and fear no enmity.
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as yet, I swear I cannot truly say how I came here, but as I think, for truly would I speak. And now do I bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might without the peril of the
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them. Fair Helen in fancy following me, but my good lord, I wot not but what power, but by some power, my love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god, the object and pleasure of mine eyes. It is only Helen.
Fair lovers, we are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear anon.
Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall internally be knit.
Ready? Poke. Oh, hide again. All right, now slowly, slowly, slowly poke your heads.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hi-ho, Peter Quince. I have had the most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream is man. And ass, if he go about to expund this dream, methought I was, there is no man can tell. Methought I was, and methought I had, but man is most patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of a man hath not heard, the ear of a man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue is to conceive, nor his heart to report what dreams was. I will go to Peter Quince and write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because he hath no bottom, and I will sing it in the latter end of the play, before the Duke peradventure to make it more gracious I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet? He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not on the player's mode, it go not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have no man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus as he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handcraft man in Athens.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there are 2 or 3 lords and ladies were married. If a sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully bottom. Thus he hath lost 6pence a day during his life, he could not have escaped 6pence a day, and the Duke could not have given him 6pence a day for playing Pyramus, all be hanged. He would have deserved it, 6pence a day for Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom, a most courageous day, a most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what for. I will tell you I am not a true Athenian. I will tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Meet presently at the place. Every man look over his part. For the short and the long is our play preferred. In any case, let this be have clean linen. And let not him that plays the lion pare his nails. For they shall hang out of the lion's claws, and let most dear actors not eat onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say, it is sweet comedy, no more wonders, go away, go away.
'Tis strange, my thesis, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys.
But all the story of the night told over, and their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy. But however, strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love, accompany your hearts.
More than to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have, to wear away this long age of 3 hours, between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of torturing hour? Call Philostrate. For this evening, what mask, what music, how shall we bejewel this lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are right. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The Battle of Centaurs, to be sung by the Athens, Inuit to the harp. Well, none of that. I have told my love the glory of my kingsman Hercules, the riot of the tipsy Bacchanals, tearing the thrashy singer in their rage. That is an old device, and that was played. When I was from Thebes, came last a conqueror. Thrice 3 muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical. Not the sort with nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragic mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief, that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, is too long, which makes it tedious for all in a play. There is no word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now I have toiled the unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing the world, unless you can find sport in their intense, extreme, stretched and conned with cruel pain to do your service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss, when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this time.
The kinder we to give them thanks for nothing.
Your Grace, the prologue is addressed.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come, but in despite, we do not come as minding to contest you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should hear repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon point. He hath read his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not when to stop. A good moral, my lord, it is not enough to speak, but to speak true. Indeed, he hath played his prologue like a child and a reporter, in a sound, but not in government. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at the show, but wonder not, till truth makes all things plain. This man Pyramus, if you would know, this beauteous lady Thisbe, is certain. This man with line and rough cast doth present wall, the vile wall which did these lovers sunder, and through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper. at which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn present moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn, to meet at Ninu's tomb, there to woo this grisly beast, which lion type by name. The trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast. And Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain. At large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may, when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I once now by name present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole with a chink. The lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did often whisper very secretly, this rough cast, this stone doth show that I am the same wall. The truth is so, and this the cranny is, great and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lion and Hero to speak better?
It is the woodest potion that ever I heard. Discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall.
Oh, grim looked night, oh night with hues so black, oh night, whichever art when day is not, oh night, alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. Oh thou, oh wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, that standest between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, oh sweet, lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee as for this. But what I see, no, Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No. In truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy on her through the wall. You shall see it fall past, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Oh, wall, how you have heard my bones returning, my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed the stones nuck with rotten and hair lit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love I think.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the stones, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Minnie's town meet me as straightway?
I life, I death, I come without delay.
Thus, wall, my poet discharged so, and thus, being done, wall away doth go.
Now is the mural down because the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff I've ever heard. The best in this time are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amends them.
Most in your imagination, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts, in a man and a lion.
To raise your gentle thoughts to feel the small monster's mouth that keeps on straw. When now put sensible splendid tremble, hear when lion rough and wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I when smoky joinder am a lion's son or else the lion's bear. If I should as lion come and strike, into this case tread pity on my life.
A very gentle beast of good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw. This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well, leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circle.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, it do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is it else the man in the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff. I am weary of the moon. I would he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the way. But yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the tide.
Proceed, moon. All that I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon, myself, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, this dog, my dog. Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe. Where's my love? Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Well mouthed, lion.
And so the lion vanished. And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thy for sunny beams. I thank thee for moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust take truest Thisbe light. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes do not see. How can it be? Oh dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what stained with blood, approach ye furies foul. Oh fate, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered, my dear, since witches, no, witches was like fair esteem, that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer, comes tears confound. Oh, outsoared the wound of Pap Pyramus, I that left Pap, wherefore doth die. Thus I die, thus. Now I am dead, now I am fled, my soul is dark in sky, tongue loose in thy flight. Moon, take flight. Now die!
No die, but an ache for him, for he is but one. Less than an ace, man, for he is dead, he is but nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her love?
She will find him by starlight. Here and she comes. The passion ends the play.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? A tomb must cover these sweet eyes, this cherry nose, these cowslip yellow cheeks. Are gone. Come to me. Ton not a word. Come, trusty sword, and breast in boon. And farewell, friends, thus Thisbe ends.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
No, I assure you, the wall is down, that parted thy fathers. Will it please you to see the monologue?
No monologue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there needs none to be blamed. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn.
Now the hungry lion roars. I am sent with room before. Sleep there behind the door.
Through this house spread gathering light, by the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
Come now, with fairy grace, will we sing and bless this place.
Through this house till break of day, every elf and fairy stray. Trip away, make no stay, meet me here by break of day.
If we shouters have offended, think but this and all is mended. Well, you have but slumbered here, well these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am honest Puck, we will have unearned luck. Now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. And good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.